Hello, today we will learn how to manipulate attachments in the process. We have designed this outgoing process when we basically create a PDF which after lands in attachments section. You can see it in here. There is an outgoing document and there is an attachment with an attachment inside. Now, to fully understand this video, you need to understand the difference between the attachment, which is basically a file stored in attachments in here in our document, and a variable. A variable just holds some data, some numbers, or some even a file for the purpose of the workflow. So it can be used, this data, on the later stages in our workflow in the process. So to be able to do it, you need to be able to use the variable, you have to first create one. So there is a tab in here called Process Variables, where we will add one now, and we will add it a file, and we don't need to put the value in here at the moment, and we need to set a data type. As you can see, we can store different type of a data as a variable. But I will use file because what I want to do, and I press save, what I want to do, I want to add new steps to this process. So once we have created this answer, this PDF, and digitally signed, now I want to send this PDF by email automatically. So again, there is something I don't have to do. The system will do it for me. So to do it, I will just move this one further, and I will add one step in here. Okay, right, maybe even like this. And this step will have a new activity type. The activity type I want to use at this stage is fetch attachment. Fetch attachment, which will basically take the file from attachment and store it as a variable in a variable file. So I'll do this fetch attachment and store file I will put in here, and in activity settings I need to put the source. So as a source I put take the file from attachment, store it in file variable, and aggregation type, if we have many of them we can use all of them, or first or last, but I just want to use the first. I press save now, and I have created an action where the system will take the document from the attachment and store it as a variable. What I can do now with this variable stored, I can create another action in here. All right, and this action will be sending emails. Send mail, right? And I will name it sent by email, and this is also an automatic action, so I don't need any path name. And in settings I will send it to our contractor's email, right? I can do some carbon copies, and a subject would be a letter in PDF. PDF letter is attached. Thank you. Sorry. Right. So if I have this one configured, I'll just press save again. And one last thing, now I will use this variable. So I will add attachment and add from global variables from file. Right, save. This is it. So now we have designed the process when the document we have created is being stored as a variable in the process, and then I can send the email with the attachment attached. Now, one last thing to tell you before we finish this tutorial is that we have other actions available here. The opposite action to fetch would be add attachment. Could be used later in a workflow, when basically we will take the data, take the file, for example, from the variables and move to attachments. And one also option, there is a modify attachment. The modify attachment action basically gives us the ability to modify the attachment itself. So we can, for example, remove the digital signature from the attachment. Possibly there is a situation someone signed it, but they have to be changes applied, so the system removes the signature, the changes are applied, and then goes back for the digital signature. This would be it for today's tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. Check other tutorials about Navigator 365. Thank you.